Defense news in a nutshell, your fortnightly guide to all that's happening in MINDEF and the SAF in under 5 minutes. Here's what happened from the 1st to the 15th of August. Terrorist attacks can be orchestrated from afar, making terrorist groups a threat no matter where they are. In a continuing effort to stem the tide of terror, the SAF will increase its contribution to the multinational coalition by deploying a medical support team to Iraq next year. Announced in a joint statement after a meeting with President Barack Obama at the Oval Office, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong highlighted the importance of a multinational effort to counter ISIS.
We have witnessed attacks in both Indonesia and Malaysia that were mounted by ISIS followers under orders from ISIS operatives in the Middle East to launch attacks in their home countries. So the efforts to counter ISIL or ISIS are crucial, and that's why Singapore is a member of the coalition.
Singapore was the first country in Southeast Asia to join the global coalition to destroy ISIL, and we're grateful that Singapore is making new contributions to this effort by providing valuable medical support to coalition forces.
Both leaders noted the growing cooperation between the two countries and discussed ways to further broaden and deepen the bilateral relationship. These include plans to explore new training areas for the SAF in Guam and a potential long-term training detachment for the Republic of Singapore Air Force. The visit marked 50 years of diplomatic relations between Singapore and the United States. Terrorism is an ever-evolving long-term threat, but Singaporeans must not allow it to paralyze their daily lives. Minister for Defence Dr. Ng Eng Hen was speaking to the media at the National Stadium, where he saw firsthand the security and safety measures in place ahead of the National Day celebrations.
The threats are real, the threats are long-term, but if all of us come together and do what we need to do, as we have done for Al-Qaeda-inspired threats, I'm confident that we can overcome this current wave of terrorist threat that we will have to face together for the years to come.
As part of the visit, Dr. Ng met personnel from the Command and Control Group 2, which coordinated the security and contingency operations between the SAF and the Home Team, and the Chemical, Biological, Radiological and Explosive Defence Group, which carried out bomb sweeps before the stadium's lockdown ahead of the National Day Parade. After a 10-year gap, the National Day Parade, or NDP, returned to the new National Stadium for Singapore's 51st birthday. Following last year's Golden Jubilee celebrations, this year's NDP marked the first step towards the next milestone, SG 100, in 2065. In line with the theme, Building Our Singapore of Tomorrow, the NDP celebrations looked back at our past and projected a futuristic picture of Singapore in 2065. Inclusivity was another key aspect of the celebrations, and all Singaporeans, including special needs performers from various voluntary welfare organizations, came together for a special song signing segment during the show. DNN wishes Singapore a happy 51st birthday and progress for our nation in the years to come. Majula Singapura. With a tremendous roar, a fighter jet took off into the pitch-black night, joining the rest of its squadron as they engaged an incoming enemy. This was one of the combat scenarios played out during Exercise Pitch Black, a biennial exercise held in Darwin, Australia, involving 110 aircraft and more than 2,800 personnel from 10 countries. The exercise honed combat skills of the participating air forces through a range of combat scenarios against simulated enemy threats in both day and night conditions.
Exercise Pitch Black provides us with excellent opportunities to conduct large-scale day and night operational scenario that provides a very good realistic training to all our air crew and Air Force engineers and operators.
First held in 1990, the exercise aims to enhance the professionalism and interoperability among the participating air forces and strengthen the mutual understanding among the personnel from the various countries. For more details on these stories, visit mindev.gov.sg. Now let's check out what's buzzing on our social media channels. It was a hero's welcome for Joseph Schooling, who clinched the gold medal in the men's 100 meters butterfly finals at the Olympic Games, Singapore's first Olympic gold. And with his request to extend his deferment approved by the Armed Forces Council, Joseph will be defending his title at the next Olympic Games in 2020. Log on to Defence Minister Dr. Ng Eng Hen's Facebook page now. Well, that's our defense news in a nutshell. Get to know us more through one of our social media channels. This is Charmaine for Power 98, signing off.